Now, at a meeting in Cairo, the Arab League has recognized a new rebel coalition as the legitimate representative of the Syrian people. Earlier, the 6 members of the Gulf States Cooperation Council also endorsed the new group. Well, chairman of the Ludwig von Mises Institute, Lew Rockwell, joins us live now to talk about the significance of these developments for the Syrian crisis. Thank you for joining us here on RT. The Arab League's now recognised the new opposition bloc. What is the broader implication of this?
Well, I'm glad to see that this collection of corrupt dictatorships is instructing the Syrian people as to who their representatives ought to be. How about the representatives of the Saudi Arabian people, of the Bahrainian people, or people of Qatar, or Sharjah, or the rest of these dictatorships? So what an outrage that of course, they're just a subsidiary of the Pentagon and of the CIA. This is part of the long-term plot by the U.S., by Britain, by France, by Turkey, by Israel, to overthrow the last secular Arab government. They want to Libyaize Syria. They want to destroy the Syrian people. And I'm no fan of Assad, I might say, but things are much worse after Gaddafi in Libya. They're going to be much worse if they succeed in overthrowing Assad. This is, again, just part and parcel of these so-called rebels shell Turkey, giving Turkey the excuse to shell and bomb Syria. They shell the Golan Heights, giving Israel a chance to, do its bombing too. So the U.S. is stepping up the pressure on Syria. They want to destroy Syria, just like they destroyed Iraq, and would like to, destroy Afghanistan. They would like to destroy all these Arab countries and Muslim countries and bring them into the, under total U.S. control for purposes of oil and empire.
So given what you say then, how effective could this opposition group actually be when it comes to reaching a political solution to end the Syrian war?
Well, first of all, this opposition group was trained in Turkey at various American Air Force bases. Many of them are Libyan al-Qaeda types. They're from other countries. They're not Syrians. They're foreign fighters, a lot of them from Chechnya. So, no, I don't think whatever's wrong with Assad, I think that the people of Syria tend not to want outsiders to be telling them what to do. They fear these so-called rebels just as much as they fear their own government. And my guess is they don't want foreigners occupying and running their country. They don't want to have a perpetual civil war, as has happened in Libya, with so many more deaths and so much more destruction. So, but I must say, I don't think the Arab League is a joke to anybody in the Arab world. They're just again a tool. So they might as well be telling us what Petraeus wants, or whoever Petraeus' successor is going to be. It means nothing as far as the Arab people. It's just another puppet group, and the heck with them.
So, despite what you say, though, a new figure in all of this is Muaz al-Khatib, a former Damascus cleric who's the newly elected leader of the coalition. What can you tell us about him, and why do you think he was chosen?
Well, I would say he was chosen because he would do the bidding of the people who were pulling the strings, and he's being very well rewarded for it. Whether he will actually fool anybody, I don't know. Again, it seems to me what goes on in Syria is the business of the Syrian people. It's not up to the Turks or the Americans or the Israelis or the French or the British to be messing in that country. And, of course, this is not only an attack on Syria, it's an attack on Iran, it's an attack on Russia, and it's an attack on China. And it's just, again, the U.S. empire and its various cohorts seeking to take over more of the world, make more trouble. It's not really much different than Angela Merkel going and trying to bail out the banks in Portugal today. So this is just part of what the U.S. would like to be its global hegemony on behalf of the banks, on behalf of the warfare state, on behalf of all the military-industrial contractors who all make a lot of money off these killings, whether it's in Syria or in Libya. And as we know, probably the U.S. ambassador who was killed in Libya was involved in running guns to the rebels in Syria. That's what he was doing. He was not like a normal diplomat. He was a CIA-connected guy. So more tragedies are coming, more deaths, and this bunch of guys in the Arab League. Nobody, why don't we talk about some freedom for the people of Saudi Arabia? How come there's a totalitarian dictatorship there?
Let me ask you this, though. President Assad has actually spoken to RT, and among other things, he said that he won't go until he's voted out by the Syrian people. But given the latest developments, what are we more likely to see, a foreign intervention or a democratic vote?
I think we're likely to see neither, because I don't think that, of course, there is a tremendous amount of foreign intervention going on. I don't think there'll be actual armed forces moving into Syria. I certainly hope not, but I don't think so. As to a vote, you know, Assad is, how shall I say this? He's a government leader. He's not a good guy. He's been a bad guy. But just as in Libya, people would typically rather have, I mean, I'm not a supporter of Obama, but I don't want some foreign country coming in here and overthrowing him on the grounds that it's going to be better for me. So people ought to mind their own business, stick to their own countries, worry about their own problems, and don't, you know, there are already, what, 40, 50, we don't know, 40, 50,000 people killed in Syria so far. Do the people in Washington who are pulling the strings care about this? Does Hillary Clinton care about another mountain of corpses after all the mountains of corpses that she's helped pile up? No, they don't think so. These are very cold and calculating people. Leave Syria alone. Turkey, mind your own business. Israel, mind your own business. Everybody mind their own business. That's the only way to have a peaceful and a decent world. Doesn't mean everything's perfect. There are still bad governments in the world. But the Saudi Arabian government shouldn't be supported by the U.S. The Saudi Arabian people should make their own decision about that, and same in every other country.
OK, we're out of time. We'll have to leave it there for now. Chairman of the Ludwig von Mises Institute, Lew Rockwell, thank you for joining us here on RT.
Thank you.